What's up, y'all? This is Who is Derek Andre TV, and I am Derek Andre. And we have begun from the last video you watched. We started talking about my PDF that I have available for free download. It's called Steps in the Right Direction, and it is to assist people who are considering getting into blended families. It is to assist you by asking you real questions about real scenarios, about a real life situation that you're about to find yourself in. And so the last question was, do you like children? So hopefully you got a chance to watch that video. If not, go back and check that video out. It is on the page, all right? Before we get too deep though, if you're new to the channel, thanks for checking me out. And also subscribe and click the reminder bell so you never miss another video. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment and tell a friend, all right? Tell a friend. If you're returning, thank you. Thank you. I truly appreciate you, all right? I truly appreciate you. This channel is generally a comedy, but every now and then I try to add some things in there that will add value to your lives, and hopefully this is one of those situations, all right? So, not gonna get too long-winded about that because I want to keep this video relatively short. Don't want to be too long. So last video's question was, do you even like children? That's a serious question, because if you don't like children, then that might pose a problem with you being a part of a blended family, all right? So today's question is, what is today? Oh, I'm sorry. Today's question is, do you have experience with children? And if so, in what capacity, all right? Having experience with children, needless to say, is it's very, very, very helpful if you're about to enter a blended family situation, because if you don't have children of your own, you don't really know what you're doing, okay? Unless you've had some sort of experience, all right? I'm just gonna read to you what I have here. If you download the PDF, you'll get a chance to see this, but I'm going to read to you what I have here. Having experience with children is very helpful when entering a blended family situation, because going from no kid experience to trying to parent a 6-year-old is quite the undertaking, all right? Maybe if you don't have any children of your own, you should consider babysitting younger siblings, nieces, nephews, younger cousins, etc., if you have any. Having some experience starting out is much better than just jumping in cold with both feet. Listen, y'all. I don't know how to explain to you nicely how hard it can be for you to enter a blended family situation if you have zero experience with children. Children are hard, man. Children are hard. If the person that you're getting involved with has young children, they're challenging. Young children are challenging because they challenge you. If they're between the ages of like maybe 0, like they're brand new babies, like I did when the girl was 6 weeks old. If they're brand new babies and they're between the ages of like birth and maybe, I don't know, 9 months old, all right, they're kind of fun. Okay, they are. They're kind of fun. They're in those cute stages, you know, they're kind of whiny and all that other stuff. But man, when they start hitting 1 and them terrible 2 and on up to about 5, man, you gotta have a skill set to deal with that. And the likelihood of you meeting somebody with a baby that's that new, that's like 0, like from birth to like 9 to 10 months old, a year old, that's not all that common. Usually people are kind of dealing with their own children at that age, and then they start kind of really getting into the dating scene when the kids are a little bit older. And so if you're getting into it and you have no child rearing experience and you have met somebody and they have a 3-year-old, buckle your seatbelt. All right. Now, that's just the younger one. So now, say for instance, you get involved with somebody who has a child that is 8, 9. So now they're starting to get their own opinions and their own personalities, and all of that stuff is starting to kick in. They know you ain't their mama or their daddy. So now you might have to contend with that. So having experience with children is paramount. And like I said in this short paragraph, if you have nieces and nephews or younger cousins or something, man, you need to go volunteer at a daycare. You need to find a way to really see what you're getting into, because it can break you, man. Trying your best to keep a strong front up when this kid is driving you insane because they won't stop crying, or they keep asking you stuff, or they won't listen and follow your instructions. And not to mention that it's not biologically your child. And so you may be very limited in how you can even respond to the child. And I'll get deeper into that later on in the text, man, because that's a whole nother subject when it comes to trying to raise somebody else's kid, because you may not be able to do all the stuff you want to do. But we'll talk about that later on in the series, all right? But if you do not have any experience with children, I suggest that you find a way to get yourself some before you end up in a house with somebody with children and you don't know what you're doing. If you do have some experience with children, you need to ask yourself how much, and you need to ask yourself at what age. Maybe you do, if you're younger watching this video, maybe you do have younger siblings that you've had a little bit of dealings with. Maybe you had to babysit or do whatever. But if you do have some experience with children, you do need to ask yourself, in what capacity, because just because you are dealing or you have dealt with children that were between ages 5 and 7 does not mean that it's going to be the same if you're dealing with someone younger or older. And all children are very different. So just because your experiences with your little nieces and nephews were cool because they were good kids, you might find yourself involved with somebody who got some badass baby kids that don't want to listen. They fight all the time. They breaking up all your stuff. You don't know. And so you got to be mentally prepared for that. So if you don't have any experience with children at all, I strongly suggest that you get some. And even if you do have experience with children, you need to check out the person. You need to figure out how old their kids are, and you need to see if you can deal with them. You need to kind of gauge it out, man. You need to feel the water, because it could be a challenge. It could be a challenge. And again, the purpose of this is not, and I repeat, it is not to discourage anyone that is considering getting involved in a blended family situation, who is considering becoming a non-biological parent to someone else's child. This is not a discouraging or a deterrent to keep you making, I don't want to do it. This is solely for one reason and one reason only: to make you think. To make you think, okay? Because I want you to think about this before you get into it, because you can make yourself miserable, you can make that other person miserable, but most importantly, you can make that child's life miserable. And the last thing you want to do is to get involved with somebody and ruin everybody's life, all right? And if you are a parent watching this and you're getting back out into the dating game, these are questions that you really need to ask yourself about the person that you're getting involved with. You need to be sure that this person knows what they're getting into. And just because they say, oh, yeah, I'm good, or, oh, I'm okay. No, you need to sit down and have a real conversation with this person that you are about to expose your children to. Because some people will tell you anything to get the draws. You know that. Some people will tell you any single thing that they think you want to hear in order for them to get in close and tight with you and get what they want. So you really need to make sure that by whatever means necessary, that they are truly vested in the well being and the best upbringing for your child or children. All right. So that is video number 2 of the series. All right. Don't forget, in the description below this video, there is a link to where you can download the PDF and you can go through it on your own. If you don't want to watch the entire video series, you can go through it on your own and ask yourself these questions. If you know somebody that might be in this situation, send it to them. Ask them to watch the videos, all right? Get the word out. This is solely, and I mean solely, to help you all, because I don't want to see anybody in that situation not prepared, not knowing what they were getting themselves into, because that can truly ruin a lot of lives. And that's not what we need in this day and age. All right. So, all right, y'all, I'm Derek Andre. You've been watching Who is Derek Andre TV. Thanks again. If you're new to the channel, thanks for checking this out. Subscribe, click the reminder bell, and give the video a thumbs up if you like it, or even if you don't like it, give it a thumbs up. Leave comments, because I would like to know your feedback. If you've ever been in or planning to be in a blended family situation, I'd like to hear your feedback, because I'd like to know what you think about what I'm saying. If you are a veteran non-biological parent, chime in, give some feedback in the comments. Help me out, man, because this is not just for me. This is for those that are watching that might be in this situation, and as much information as they can use and get to help them along is as much information as we need to give them. All right. So thanks again for watching. Video number 3 will be coming up next week. I appreciate you. I love you. Be peace, be love, be one. And I'll holler at you in the next video. Peace.